Hey everybody, this is Tea Time with the Diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're going to get into it. This tea time is dedicated to Carlee Russell's boyfriend, Tamar Simmons. Why is it dedicated to him? And let me back up for 1 minute. Do you remember the story about Carlee Russell? Unfortunately, she's a young lady that faked her own kidnapping. How did she fake her own kidnapping? She came up with this elaborate story. She was driving down the highway at late at night, and out of nowhere, she sees this toddler walking on the highway with a t-shirt and a diaper on, or just a diaper. I can't remember the story. It went something like that. Call the police, gives this elaborate story. Next thing you know, they pull up on the highway. She's gone. Her car is there. Her wig is there. There's no baby. There's no Carlee. Okay, so a whole big search went out looking for Carlee, only to find out 48 hours later she appears back home, and now people had questions. Finally came out through her lawyer and said, "I'm sorry. I lied. I made the whole thing up." And a lot of people were giving her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend the side eye. They was like, "Nah, bro, you helped her. Nah, bro, this is your fault. She snapped because you broke up with her and you was cheating on her." So they had questions for Tamar. Well, he didn't really answer no questions. Every now and then you see a little subliminal message pop up on his Instagram, saying he didn't know either or something to that effect. Well, he has now started his own YouTube channel, and he's on there with his friend from school days, one of his besties. They started a channel, doing a podcast, and he's telling his side of the story. Listen, people, we're going to get more into this Carlee Russell's ex-boyfriend situation right after this. Okay, hey everybody, we're gonna get right into this. So just in case you want to follow Carlee Russell's ex-boyfriend, I'm gonna show you his Instagram. Okay, and he talks about this Instagram and being verified, because a lot of people accuse him of being a clout chaser. Okay, and in this 25-minute YouTube video that he did with his friend, he pretty much said, "Listen, not clout chasing. Instagram gave me this check mark because there was so many people at the time the situation was hot with Carlee Russell. There were so many people making fake pages with his images. All Instagram did, he didn't ask for it, he didn't pay for it, he said. All they did was give him a check mark so people can identify what his real page was, and not thinking that those fake pages were him, and try to speak to the fake page and get information about the story that wasn't going to be true because it was not really him." So he said he ended up with these 73.3K followers because of y'all. He said, "Y'all want to accuse him of clout chasing?" He said, "But y'all the one clicked on my Instagram and got me these followers." Okay, so listen, you can't be mad at him. I can't play any of his video because he has his YouTube video that he made, because he has music playing behind it. But here he is. He did a little promotion on it. Let me see. Let me see if I can do a little something of this, just a little snippet. He said, "This is a little snippet. I'm gonna play a little bit because music is going behind it, and I'll recap it for y'all. And y'all can go to YouTube and follow him." So let me see.
They went crazy on you in the shade room. They said you was the reason because of a stripper. Like, let's talk about the stripper, bro.
Oh man,
Let's talk about the stripper.
man, I got a lot to say about that.
Alright.
I've been wanting to clear this up for a minute. All right, yeah.
So pretty much, okay. So we're gonna get into that. So that's a little snippet. Like I said, go to his YouTube channel. And before I get into this recap on this, in case y'all want to go follow and just give him a like. Um, watch his YouTube video yourself also. But this is his YouTube channel. I gave him my like. Okay. Right now he has 118 subscribers. Maybe after this video and y'all share the word, share my video, he'll get a whole bunch of subscribers. I'm not mad at him. His channel is named 205 Boys, and it's him and I want to say one of his friends that he's been friends with a very long time have started this podcast together. Okay. So what did Tamar, he calls himself T Sims, have to say in this video, okay? He said, first of all, it's been rough for him. So usually when someone does a crime, it doesn't just impact that individual person, it impacts them, their family, and maybe the other people surrounded by them that know them. So he said it's been really rough for him. He's known all over their area where they live, okay? He said, some is pretty much good feedback, some is bad, because some people are trying to blame him for the situation and saying he knew and he helped her. So, but pretty much he said life at this moment is kind of getting back to normal. He said normally he's an introvert, okay, but when you get to know him, he's an extrovert, and I'm kind of like that too, right? If I don't really know you and I'm in a different setting with you, I'm probably really quiet. I know I do this YouTube channel and I talk, but for me, it's kind of different. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. But if I'm out in the world and I'm around a bunch of people I don't know, I'm usually very quiet. But once I get to know you, that's when I get to talking. And he said he's kind of like the same way. He said he's been going to Atlanta and, doing a lot of bookings. He's not looking for love right now. He said he's still coping and trying to get over the situation because him and Carlee was actually in a relationship for 5 years, according to Tamar. He said they were in a real relationship. And he said people were trying to say that they were not in a relationship because he didn't follow her on Facebook or social media. He said, well, I never followed her. Just because I didn't follow her, does that mean that that wasn't my girl? That's just crazy, right? And listen, I was in a long time relationship. I never followed my significant other on Facebook or Instagram or social media either. That just wasn't me. I mean, some people feel like, you know, everybody has different thoughts about social media, right? Listen, whether I follow you or not, if you're going to cheat, you're going to cheat. And me following you is not going to make a difference because some people, they know you're with somebody and they don't give a darn. If they want you, they're going to go for it. And if you go for it with them, then you never wanted me in the first place. I mean, what are you going to do, people? Okay, so being on somebody's social media ain't going to stop another person from getting with them or not getting with them. But either way, he said just because I didn't follow her does not mean that we were not together. He said they was together for 5 years. Now, he talked about the stripper situation, okay, and text messages that allegedly happened between him and this stripper, and people wanted to prove as a result of those messages he was cheating on Carlee. He said, first of all, those messages were 3 years old. He knows who did it and who put them out there. He said he ain't even addressing that because that person is definitely was being a clout chaser. And he kind of really didn't tell much on that. But he was like, it's nothing. The text messages are 3 years old. And he said the person who put them out, made sure they kind of redacted the date so that people wouldn't see the date of those text messages. Because if they would have known this situation did not correlate to Carlee, faking her kidnapping, all right? And he said when he found out with the world that she was allegedly kidnapped, okay? He said he got no sleep. He didn't shower. He was not doing it for clout. He was just as worried about her whereabouts as everyone else. And he was trying to help search for her too. And just 2 weeks before that, they had a nice little family trip together in NYC. So his friend asked him, he was like, well, did anything happen in New York that would make her like want to do this? He said, we had a little argument. And listen, couples, you know, you sometimes you get into spats all the time about the dumbest things. Oh, you don't want to go over here to eat, like you're on vacation, but I want to eat over here. Like, and then you mad. Then y'all make up later and all is well. So pretty much he said, yeah, they had a little argument in New York. When they went to New York, I want to say he said his family was with them. So it was like a little family trip. All was well. And then so he said nothing happened where she should want to go to the level of faking her own kidnapping, so to speak, right? And so he pretty much said that, but he wanted to say, you know, us being us that they had a true relationship, and that, you know, he had no idea why she would want to fake her relationship. Now, at this moment, he said they haven't spoke for a long time. They haven't spoken in a while. Okay. And he just pretty much wanted to let everybody know he's not a clout chaser, but guess what? He's now going to utilize this situation and the popularity. He's going to make lemonade out of lemons. And he's not going to let this opportunity pass by without going ahead and starting his podcast that he has started with his friend on YouTube, and go to these bookings and all these other things, you know, that people are inviting him to so he can make money. You can't be mad at him. He said, this didn't, you know, it happened to me. So I'm going to make sure that I utilize what happened to me for the greater good and promote myself. But definitely said he said, I wasn't just out there trying to clout chase, but it happened and I'm going to make the best out of what happened. Okay. So he's going to promote himself in this particular situation. He also said that this is the first and the last time that he will be speaking about this situation. He is done. Now listen, so overall, and that's pretty much it. It's a 25-minute video. You can go there and watch it for yourself. I showed you where the channel is. Go ahead and subscribe, because him and his friends said they're going to be doing a lot of other things on their channel. And I'm going to give you my overall thoughts as I close this thing out. My overall thoughts on the situation is this. I understand his need to say his side. I get it. And I understand his need to speak out. And listen, I also understand this. You got your moment, you got your 15 minutes, milk it, honey. See what you can get out of this 15 minutes. Especially if you know in your heart of hearts you did nothing wrong. You did not try to help her with this, you know, alleged kidnapping that she did. You did not pick her up from the side of the road. You did not encourage this. As long as it later on is not going to come out that you helped her, do your thing. Do your thing. Do I think that, you know, this video is gonna kind of help Carlee, or, you know, maybe it's gonna further damage her, especially because she was not sentenced yet? I mean, either way, I think what he said was going to come out if the cops don't already know it. I'm sure he already told the cops, listen, I was with her for 5 years, because he don't really say much in the video, right? I'm sure he already told the cops, I was with her for 5 years. You know, we were really together as a couple. We went to New York City 2 weeks before. We had a little argument in New York, and I don't know why she did this. So it's not like he said anything probably that they don't already know. So on that note, I think that Carlee's punishment is going to be her punishment. And I think that the police department out there, they are digging and scraping under rocks, because whatever the harshest sentence they can give her, I feel they're going to give it to her. And I feel that they're going to give it to her more because, not just because of what she did, because of the aftermath and how she handled the aftermath. I think that's why they really want to stick it to her. They want to stick it to her because they want to know where she was those 48 or 49 hours, and she's not saying. They want to know if someone helped her, and she's not saying. She's saying she did this solo, and the police aren't stupid. They know there is no way she could have pulled this off by herself, because they feel like, how would she have gotten off of that highway out the woods without her car? Somebody had to be there to pick her up, and they're not buying it. They're not buying it. And the police department out there, they are out for blood. So listen, guys, chat with me in the comments and let me know your thoughts. How do you feel about Carlee's ex-boyfriend, you know, speaking out, telling his side, pretty much saying, I'm not a clout chaser. And you know what? He can't force nobody to like his Instagram page or follow him or whatever the case may be. So everybody was following him. That's why he's at 73,000 followers. Okay. So if you're interested in seeing what else he's going to do, go to his podcast on YouTube, like it. Let me know your thoughts on this situation and him speaking out. Chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. Also, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, thanks for watching and welcome back. Everybody hit that like button. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.